Hello, Serge here for the Backyard Driving Range. Have a question that came in from customer service, and it says, I am okay on the tee, but often top the ball in the fairway. Help, please, with what am I doing to cause this? Submitted by Rose West. Okay, Rose, let's see if we can get you a few answers here. Now, you say you top the ball in the fairway. And because you didn't say either with a fairway wood or irons, I'm supposing I'm going to have to say that or assume that you're having that problem with everything. So, again, topping the ball, you top the ball in the fairway. That means you're hitting the top of the ball. All right. Now, what's some of the issues that can happen with that? Naturally, we always have to go back to the setup determines the motion. Something has to be wrong, and number one, we always go back to alignment. Don't play golf without it, right? 90 to 95% of all swing problems arise out of alignment. So how could bad alignment get you topping the ball? Well, number one of them could be if, say, you're a right-hander and you're aiming to the right. Now when it's time to hit the ball and you're trying to swing down your aiming line, so this is my aiming line, but my toes are out there now, so instead of being like this at the camera, they're like that out there, okay? So now you have to try to come to the line. Anytime you have to try to open your shoulders up or get out of the way quicker and turn and get to the point where you can feel like you're swinging the club down the line, what have you just done? You've moved forward. If you do that, if you move forward, you can just get on here and you can top the ball. Okay? See, I can hit all the bad shots too if I do the poor things in the setup or the bad things in the setup, and which is going to cause trying to hit the ball down the target line compensatory moves that get me out of position. Okay? And so another one could be, let's say you are lined up straight, parallel left. So you're in a good line to swing to your aiming point, your target, and you overturn, and so therefore you got to come back to the line again. Same issue. How about if everything's pretty good and you really alignment, that is. And let's say you're not even overturning, but you're getting up here and your arms are collapsing up here. All right? And your club is going to parallel or maybe beyond. Now again, you have to pull that club up before you come down. You engage the body to help pull it up, all the muscles in the body to help pull the club up, and you're coming down. And you're ahead of the ball, and the only thing that is once you're up and you're ahead of it, it's coming down chop chop. Now you could very easily hit the ground with that too, but at the same time, if one came up and got ahead of the ball and tried to help the ball up, you could do everything from whiff it to top it and everything in between. So basically we could say that the possibilities are limitless. All right? Again, I think one of the biggest issues too is if one doesn't have enough grip pressure and forearm muscle control, because they've been taught to, and are still holding the club too lightly that you can just twist it in their hands or pull it out, what's going to happen? You get up here, and when it's time to transition, you don't have a firm enough grip, and you're grabbing it, and as you come, the club's not coming down. The brain senses that the club is starting to slip out of the hands or whatever, or it's going to fall out of the hands or whatever, and on the way down, you grab it, that changes your muscle control, your muscle tone, and it can change your body, and if you go up or down a little bit, you can go from chunks to thins. Another one would be that if you're swinging down and you could be standing too close to the ball and you're trying to, as you come down, your legs can't transition properly the way from the back leg to the forward leg or the back foot to the forward foot, and you're in the way, so you have to come up out of the shot. And that's a really biggie. A lot of folks get into that. They get into the weight back on the heels. Instead of being in here athletically ready, where you can't tap your toes or your heels, they're in here and they're sitting on their heels, and you can see them doing this stuff. And so now they come back down, and because the weight's on the heels, it stands them up. And you're very likely going to finish with a reverse weight shift. And I guess another good old one would be just getting in here, reverse weight shift. You reverse tilt in the backswing, you get ahead of it, and then you try to come back to it. And because your forward leg broke too much and bent in too much, now as it starts to straighten up, you're coming up. So again, if you get into one of those, you could be hitting tops with every club in the bag. And I guess we could say, last but not least, could be ball position. if your ball position is too far forward and you are making a pretty good swing and you should have hit the ball there, but by the time it's over there, you're hitting it on the upswing, top. And if it's too far back, you could get into, you're going to be ahead of it, chopping down, maybe hitting it chunky, or your brain senses that. So what does it do? Comes out of the shot. And again, you'll be back on the back foot. So again, those are all kinds of possibilities. None of them are good, but the key to good success in playing golf is the swing surgeon rule number 5. If you hit a bad shot and you're wondering what you're doing wrong, the answer is, who cares? Do the next one right. So you go back to the manual, you go back to the videos, and you get in there, and we play wedges through the 7-iron in the middle of the stance. We want to line up parallel left if you're a right-hander, parallel right if you're a left-hander, and we want to take the club in the catcher's mitt, up the tree, and we stay put, the head doesn't move, and when you do all of that, and your arms, and you start the downswing with the bump, and you swing into the forward catcher's mitt, toe up and up the tree, guess what? You're staying still, your spine isn't moving forward or back, your knees aren't going one way or the other, your knees are staying level, they're your levelers and stabilizers, and when you do all that, all you do is go, just make the normal swing, your head stays still, bang. DSP, dead solid perfect, straight. That's the secret to playing good golf. So ultimately it comes back to, who cares what you're doing wrong? Get back to the fundamentals of the setup and the swing, striving to focus on doing all that correctly. Setup determines the motion. Technical excellence in your setup then will help you have technical excellence in your swing. And when you do the peak performance setup and swing, you start hitting it much more solid, straight, and longer. And that's how you shoot those lower scores. That's it for the search for today, and I'll be talking to you all again soon.